Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Here I'm going to cover the classification of rocks into the three major categories. Stay tuned. Classification of rocks. Rocks are classified into igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks formed from volcanic eruptions. Volcanic eruptions emit magma onto the surface. Some of the magma is trapped beneath the Earth's surface. Remember, during volcanicity, we have magma which is trapped below the Earth's surface. When it cools there and solidifies, it is that magma which forms the intrusive igneous rocks. The magma is trapped beneath the Earth's surface. When it cools and solidifies there, it forms intrusive igneous rocks. Here is an example of the intrusive igneous rock, which is very smooth. This must be granophyre, something like that. And I'm also having gabbro. This is an intrusive igneous rock, which is also plutonic. Most of these intrusive igneous rocks are very hard and very dense. We also have the magma which flows to the surface of the earth, and the lava spreads outwards, forming volcanoes, lava plateaus, or those kind of features. And this kind of lava, when it cools, solidifies, it leads to the formation of the extrusive igneous rocks. When magma reaches the surface of the earth and the lava spreads out, cools and solidifies, it forms extrusive igneous rocks. That is the reason actually they are referred to as volcanic rocks. For example, here we have obsidian. Obsidian is a glassy, shiny rock which is volcanic. Volcanic meaning it is an extrusive igneous rock. I also have scoria. This is scoria, an extrusive igneous rock. This is a rock which you'll find in areas which have undergone volcanicity. There is still another example. These are smaller one and it's quite light and dark. And that is the first category of rocks. Next, we have sedimentary rocks, usually formed from sediments. Sediments of other rocks, sediments of living organisms, and sediments which are resulting from chemical reactions. Three categories of sedimentary rocks. And here we have mechanically formed, organically formed, and chemically formed. Sedimentary rocks are usually characterized by their existence in form of layers, different layers or strata. For example, this is a sedimentary rock which is formed mechanically, and what I really want us to see are the different layers which can easily be identified in these rocks, because these are rocks which are made of different layers because of lithification or the compression process. We also have those which are formed as a result of chemical processes like the corals. These coral rocks are usually formed uh, organically when the sea polyps die. I'll be diving more into subcategories, especially the categories under sedimentary rocks, and describe for you exactly how each category is formed. And lastly, we have the metamorphic rocks, which are actually formed from these other categories of rocks. Let's see. Metamorphic rocks. Meta means change. Morphic meaning form. So change in form. Whenever we have an existing rock changing its form due to two reasons. One, intense pressure. Two is when we have intense heating that forms a new rock. And it is that new rock which we call a metamorphic rock. For that reason, we have three types of metamorphism. One, thermal metamorphism, which results from heat during earth movements, especially volcanicity. Then we have dynamic metamorphism, which results from pressure as a result of earth movements. And lastly, we have regional metamorphism, which combines both heat and pressure, leading to formation of metamorphic rocks. This happens during the earth movements. Remember, during earth movement, this is where we have folding taking place, we have tensional forces, we have earthquakes, all these kind of movements which affects the earth's crust will lead to two things. One, intense heating and intense pressure. The heating will usually cause the existing rocks to recrystallize further, and this will lead to formation of new rocks. When we have intense pressure, either from earth movements during compressional forces or the weight of the overlying rocks, this intense pressure will compact the rock. And once the rock is compacted, there will be realignment of the grains, meaning that we shall have a rock with a different structure or grain alignment, and this will lead formation of a new rock. So this will form a metamorphic rock, which is a rock which has changed either physically or number two, a change in its chemical composition, that is terms of the minerals which are forming the rock. For metamorphic rocks, the examples will just be derived from the existing rock. That's why we have a parent rock and a metamorphic rock. For example, granite, which is an intrusive igneous rock or a plutonic rock. If it is metamorphosed, it changes to gneiss. When we have limestone being metamorphosed, it will change to marble. When we have shale metamorphosed, changes into schist. And that's how we get metamorphic rocks from the original or existing rocks. And that's how we classify the rocks.